Welcome to the first video on this channel, Mac Jackal. In this episode 1 of this trailer build, we're going to take this old trailer that I bought at the end of 2020, and my wife and I turned it into a living tiny home on wheels. We tackle everything in this episode, from putting windows in, gutting it, prepping it, building this custom roof rack which will hold the solar panels. We put a wood burning stove in it, all this stuff, so stick around and watch that. Sometimes when the trailer is turned too tight, the bumper will push in, or maybe it got hit, it's hard to say. But it's wrinkled the diamond plate, so that's the next project, is to get this sucker off of here. So I disassembled the outside part, but this is bent, as you can see. So now I'm going to try to figure out some sort of leverage using this jack again and pushing off of one of these bigger pillars or the door jamb and try to press it out. Apparently at some time before I bought this trailer, something had landed on the roof and actually flattened it down a little bit. So I just used my 3-ton floor jack and a board and tried to level it out. Good riddance. So I'm trying to figure out how far apart to weld up my metal supports. So basically the window itself is 21 inches tall. And then I'm putting 2x2s on each side, which is, they're actually about 1.5 inches apiece. So when you add those in, it's going to be 24 inches tall. So I need 24 inches between my metal supports on each side, which means when I go to cut the space out in the trailer, I need to add each one of those. So it's actually a 26-inch gap that I need to cut. So I'm going to go mark that in the trailer, cut them, and then I can mock everything up before I weld it all together. My fingers are cold. So this one will be butted up there, and it's going to box across here with this guy. Like that. And he'll be tacked onto this. And on this side, this one butts up to right there.
Oh, hi.
figured out where I want the fireplace position, where the flue is going to come out the roof. So I marked that, and I'm going to make a 7-inch diameter hole, which this will go into. This is just made out of silicone. This is deck tight, and the pipe will go through that. So I need to make 7 inches and then put this on the roof. If you don't have this, you can freehand it. I made it a little undersized there. Okay. Go ahead. There's that. Okay, there we go. So I drilled the holes. I tried to keep them on the outside. My thought is that I'll be able to get more caulking interior, so even if the rivets do leak, it'll still keep the moisture out. Next thing I want to do is I want to push this thing through here before I drill it down, is my thought. Kind of making this up as I go.
Yay!
Success! We're just using some rubbing alcohol here. I just want to get the surfaces really clean, so I'm going to clean this one and that one. I'm going to try to get it lined up a little bit before I put the caulking on, because the caulking, once it's on there, I don't want to move it around too much. The challenge is centering it in the hole. So this is just high temp silicone seal. Going to town.
It smells like school glue.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's an adhesive. So now I'm going to caulk all the way around here, and also I need to caulk right in here. But we don't.
Look at you then.
It's up when it's not super hot yet. So as you saw a moment ago, I used a chalk line to mark my center line. And I've cut this at 22 inches long, so at 11 inches will be my center line on this. So here's the escape hatch I've been working on. Thank you, Kurt Paler, for actually teaching me how to weld and be able to use gas instead of just flux core. So here's the top I made today, thanks to the new welding techniques. On these cargo trailers, they often put really thin plywood up on the ceiling. I mean, this is a piece that I've already cut out, so incredibly thin. So I'm just going to cut it with a utility knife. Kind of a pain, but it's not too bad. There we go. that's it for part 1 of the series. In part 2, we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to put walls in this thing, get the ceiling done, put lights in, tackle the electrical, which is all solar. We're also going to put a permanent place for the wood-burning stove and a bathroom up front and more. So stick around for that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. You can learn right along with me, and we'll see you in the next episode.